Welcome to Home Dad Chat, brought to you by the National At Home Dad Network. My name is Brock,
My name is Danny.
and we are here to talk about life as stay at home dads. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No, I don't want much. I even love handmade crafts made of macaroni. Come on now, you should know me. Times I might eat too much. No worry about my weight. Got the dad bod rocking on me. Sketches on my feet. Cargo shorts look good on me. I'm a dad, that's what I do.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Hope you've had a great week. I know that for much of the country, it's starting to get cool. It's probably really chilly where you're at by now, Danny, I would imagine. You got snow already?
32.
Oh
It's
my
32.
gosh.
And I didn't know we were going to get a freeze. I've been watching the weather for rain, but evidently I didn't pay enough attention. And I got up this morning and I'm like, we have plants outside. We used to have plants outside.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're dead.
They probably, a couple of them might make it. And I'm hoping because Marnie has a little bonsai of I don't remember what kind of shrub it is, but basically a little, and it's pretty and it's nice. And it's a nice little thing. And she bought a kit. And I'm like, you're not really growing this. I mean, they gave it to you. So, okay, cool. But you can keep it, you can keep trimming it and you can prune it from there. So rock and roll. And it was very nice. And I'm hoping that it survived the cold because I had no idea. I don't know how I missed it. I don't know if it wasn't on the report and it just got colder than they thought it was going to. But yeah, it was 31 was our low. Now the sun's come up and we gained a degree.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it's getting cold here too, so but it's good. It's the camping season. I mean, to be honest, like camping and bonfires is this time of year for sure. Like,
Sure. It's been camping season for a month here then because
there you go.
it's
Yeah.
been down in the 60s and 50s. I'm like, this is why people here camp so much because this is the perfect weather, where you want it not freezing, but you want just a little cold where you go, oh, I'm going to build a fire and put on an extra layer. It's perfect. It's perfect.
That's what we're doing this weekend, actually, is going camping. It's instead of a family reunion where everybody just kind of gets together in a park and for like a 1 day kind of thing. Like my family is taking on doing a family camp out. And so all the aunts and uncles and cousins get together and we camp out for a weekend.
Nice.
And
Oh, it's awesome.
it's a lot of fun. Yeah, because we buy all of like the sites in one area. So we've kind of got our own little neighborhood there and
Yeah.
little kids can run around without too much worry and
Right.
just have a
Right.
good old time. So that's
Everybody there is family.
yeah, exactly. So we do that, which is fun. And Saturday night we have a big like soup potluck. Everybody makes all kinds of different soups and things like that, and it's just a really fun evening to hang out and
Well, that's awesome.
yeah, it's a good time. So that's what we're doing this weekend. Looking forward to it. I haven't gotten to go to it in a couple of years. So just life's been crazy. So the kids are super pumped about it. They're excited to
Good.
see everybody.
Yeah.
Get to see my mom, which is good. She's just for an update for those who have been
Please.
wondering. She is now walking with a cane, which is amazing.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Her recovery's been amazing.
Yeah.
Really.
Right.
I mean, it really has. Because from the beginning, and I've said this before, I think I was seriously concerned, and I was trying not to show that, concern, but even at my age, all right, and I'm 56, all right, I bounce kind of, but if I fell down a flight of stairs, I mean, I've done that in the last 5 years, and I probably still feel it in certain areas. It's just like, what is that
Right.
from? Well, I fell on the stairs 5 years ago, but even now, it's going to be really difficult, and to actually break something on the way down, yeah, that was concerning. That was
Yeah.
very scary to me.
Yeah.
That was very scary. So
She's doing good, man. She's doing really well.
good,
Physical therapy is working really well on her. So yeah,
awesome.
I'm very pumped about that. So, but yeah, man, I mean, I don't know, like it's been interesting watching her go through all that for being 66. So, yeah, I'm excited that she's getting closer to being back to herself in a lot of ways. So that's, you want
Good.
that.
Yeah. Get the mobility back, moving around, and
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully
Yeah,
we'll be off the
definitely.
cane even soon. That'll be freaking awesome.
Definitely. But yeah, man, I mean, what's been going on in the world of at-home dad life for you here of
Well,
recent? Anything?
I'm leaning into Halloween. I don't have any Halloween traditions. I'm still learning things. I love this holiday personally. And so Friday, we're going to have another family over and we're going to carve pumpkins.
Ooh.
and we're going to carve at least 6 or 8 pumpkins. So
Oh,
I'm
wow.
going over to Costco today or tomorrow, and I'm going to pick up a bunch of pumpkins because they're really cheap and they're big and they're, just they're exactly what I wanted. So yeah, and I went with looking at there's a TikTok lady named Brunch with Babs, and Babs is this, I assume, grandmother at this point, but she's got all these amazing cooking and hosting tips and just all of this stuff about how to do things more easily. And the biggest part of it, she says, well, did your mom ever teach you how to carve a pumpkin? And I'm like, well, no, my mom didn't, and my dad didn't. Nobody would have, but I want to teach my kids. And so the first thing that she does is she cuts out the bottom of it and not the top so that you
Yeah.
can take it and set it on a candle. And I'm like, I didn't think about that. The second thing, even more important, is she's got all the guts in there. And she goes, don't put your hand in there yet. She takes her mixer, her hand mixer, and just pulls all of the garbage until it's all gone and then scoops out the seeds. And she goes, we're done. And I'm like, this is what I needed, Babs. This is why I love you. And then for the easy ones, you take cookie cutters, metal cookie cutters, and just take a little rubber mallet and pound them into like triangle shapes for the eyes and, a square or whatever for the nose, whatever you want. And all these little things. And I'm like, God, this is so much easier. It's going to be way easier and less messy because Marnie loves carving pumpkins, but I don't. And her picking that job up, really hasn't worked out well. Marnie is more of, I like to experience a thing, but I don't know how to do the thing like very well. It's so cool, cool, cool. We want to carve pumpkins. Okay, Dad's got that. Dad'll take care of that one.
When she was,
So
I have a question though. When she was cutting out the bottom, did she make a like one notch type of deal? So it's really easy to like set it down. So you're not trying to like match it up. It's actually got like a perfect match where you just put a little triangle in.
out of the bottom, she just cut it off to get rid of it.
No, but she's also putting it back down on it because the candle's going to go on that. What I'm
Uh-huh.
saying, like, instead of
Make
just
sure it's
going
flat.
and making a circle all the way around, you make a notch at one point. So that way you're putting it down in a way that like it's really easy to find that match, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. That's I mean, when we cut the tops out, that's what we like we do that. So that way you just boop, it's like okay, match the triangles up.
Yeah. Then she puts Vaseline on the edges so that it lasts longer. Takes longer to
I've
dry
never
out
heard that.
because it seals it up. Me either, but
Oh, does that keep the mold off of it or whatever?
it keeps the moisture in and keeps it from
Okay.
rotting as quickly. And then she puts sprinkles cinnamon into the top of it, and
Oh
it
yeah, so the
sticks
critters and
to it.
stuff stays
No,
away
so
from
for
it.
the smell, so that
Oh,
it's that warm cinnamon smell. And I'm like, okay, look, lady, you're I'm here, you're here. Oh my God, how am I gonna get there? Because that's
well,
my
that'll
plan.
also keep critters away though too. That they don't like
Cinnamon,
cinnamon. Yeah,
nice, nice.
yeah. I think it keeps the squirrels from nibbling at your pumpkin.
I do like the ones that get nibbled by squirrels and stuff to where you do the holes and then it looks like the holes have been ripped out by little animals. I don't know
Yes,
if you've seen that where it's all scraped out and
yes,
stuff. And I'm like,
yes.
okay, that's a creepy pumpkin right there. That's a creepy jack-o'-lantern that would actually keep, the idea is to keep spirits away. I think spirits would look at that one and go, huh, I don't know what these people are doing, but I don't think I want anything to do with it.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
definitely.
but yeah,
Well, that's
Brunch with
cool.
Babs is my favorite. I've got her cookbook too. And it's just so, a lot of it is very Midwestern. It really is. And in the best possible ways,
Yeah.
not necessarily ranch dressing on everything Midwestern, but those just true comfort foods. Because the big difference between, like, if you go to Georgia, you have a lot of comfort foods, but it's not going to be the same. We don't have the cold weather to really enjoy soup. I mean, we do. You like soup, but it's just not the same. When you come home after being outside in the cold all day and there's, soup or, potato soup or chili or something in the crock pot, it's just just a different experience completely,
Yep, I agree
and
with that.
I'm loving it. I love fall. I love the cold. I'm just really moving into my time of the year right now.
Are you
So,
planning on roasting the pumpkin seeds?
well, I would love to, but my oven's broken and my
What?
oven's been broken for over a month. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's a bummer.
So I'm trying to get an appliance guy that will come out at a reasonable price because I know what's wrong with it. I've worked on appliances enough that I can see it, but I can't get the part. And there's nowhere for me to get that particular part that, that I would trust. There's a lot of, you know, disreputable sites out there that offer them, but I'm like, I don't know. You also sell like teddy bears or something. You're not exactly an exclusive.
Yeah, probably not a good
I
idea to buy it on Shein or Temu. That would
yeah,
probably
or
not do
Timu or
well.
something. Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, thanks, but I will wait. But I am still looking around. I'm hoping just I can find there's one local appliance and I think they were 125 to come out for something like this. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot of money, but I need my oven, you know.
Yeah.
So I want to, absolutely want to. And actually the kids have asked if we could roast them. I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Just need an
Maybe.
easy bake oven. I was kidding.
Gotta fix it. Well, I do have a Nesco.
What
You
is
have a
that?
Nesco? Right.
What is
Okay,
it?
thank you.
What's a
Thank you.
Nesco?
A Nesco is a little, it's basically a little roaster oven. And now I say little, and this one is like 3 feet across or 2.5 feet across. It's big, but it's basically an oven that you could put on your countertop.
Is
And
it like a toaster oven? Is it like
no,
that?
no,
No?
it's more of a pot almost. So it's got the big base with pot with a grill in the bottom. You can put it and take it out, but you can like put a chicken and vegetables on that grill and put the lid on, and then it'll bake it. So it'll roast it for you. So it's a little oven basically, but it's
Okay.
bigger than my oven because I can put 2 chickens in there at one time, and I can barely put one chicken in my oven because it's from the 80s and they didn't want to cook big food. I guess I don't know. They didn't have 4 kids to feed. But yeah. So it's a little Nesco. It's really cool. And the thing is, too, is everybody here seemed to know what it was, and I felt like an idiot. Like, well, I've never heard of a Nesco. I don't, but it's the brand name of this little like countertop roaster oven thing. So
I've
yeah,
never.
it's like it looks like a big pot basically. It's got
Okay.
like a buffet pan pot thing, oval, big.
Okay.
Listeners, look it up. Trust me. I wanna see these
Nesco.
things.
Nesco. Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
Nesco, Nesco. So I've got
Yeah.
that, and I'm thinking that I can get something. Oh, I know I can get something done in there, but I don't know that I want to make the effort. To be honest, it's just a lot of work for. I got to bring it out. I got to put it out. I got to clear space on the countertop because it is big, and then I got to figure out pans to put in it. So I'm hoping that sometime this week I can get an oven guy out, and he can just replace that thermocouple for me, and we'll be done. Because that's literally pull that part out and put a new one in. There's, it's one of the easiest things I think to do other than replacing the switches.
Yeah.
It's easy. Let's go. But I don't want to pay $125. I just plus the part probably. So I don't want to do that. But I'm going to have to because I need my oven. My
Yeah.
children are starving without their home cooked meals. It's really funny because they went over to our friend's house, and these are the friends that are coming over. And my one friend is a baker. She bakes all the time. She's really amazing. She bakes for the university and she does meal planning and all that stuff. And she's really big in their food production. And she, Ember, my child, went over to her house and she made homemade lasagna. Okay, cool. We've been eating frozen lasagna and put it in the oven, and that's it because I haven't had time and I'm not gonna, I don't think it was worth it. And my child was like, lasagna. Oh my God, it's been so long since we've had lasagna. Oh, I can't believe it. I love it. Yes, let's make lasagna. And I'm like, okay, kid, I put a lasagna in the crock pot not more than a year ago. I know. So what's going on? But I think she just really enjoyed the idea of somebody else cooking. And she's a great cook. Our friend is a great cook. So
Hey, kids'
Works.
preferences change. That's a common thing.
and
Hey,
the
speaking
things
of
they remember
yeah.
and don't
Well, hey,
remember.
speaking of change, I just happened to pull this up, and I don't know if you've had time to peruse through the most recent newsletter that was put out,
Looks good, doesn't it?
but
Yeah.
it is completely changed from what it used to be, which was usually
Yeah.
like a couple of things. And like, I will confess, I'm really bad at being like, oh, like I'm kind of so in the know. I don't really need to like look through it. But Joshua Bernstein has made this to where like I feel like I'm missing out if I don't actually scroll down through this thing because it's got way more in it than it has ever had in the
Yep.
past. I've kind of was like, I was scrolling through, I'm like, I've never seen this before. Like he's got everything in here from like the themes of the month, which is really cool because basically it just kind of talks about like some of the awarenesses of the month. Like for October is ADD and ADHD awareness and breast
Mhm.
cancer awareness. So that's, I mean, you hear about them, but you don't think like, it's like maybe it doesn't quite hit you. Dad joke of the month is on here, which is, what does the ghost dad say when he gets in the car?
What?
Fasten your sheet belts.
Yeah.
So, he's got wins of the month from like different dad stuff, recipe of the month, which I think that's really cool because it's like, oh, hey, like I need to find something new, which is cool because like those are if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if this is the case or not, but I know that at one point when we talked to Matt Strain and I forget who else was teamed up with him, they
Aaron
were
Smith.
Aaron Smith, yes, they were collecting recipes for a cookbook. So I don't know if that's part of this or not, but that's still, I mean, it's a really, cool thing to see recipes of the month in here. He's got dad hacks in here and these are from different dads on the internet, which is really awesome. An app of the month.
Hmm?
That's, I mean, I'm always looking for another app that can help me in different ways.
Really? Well, it's good to know. Add friend.
And then you've got gadget of the month. These earbuds that he's got in here. I mean, what better thing to have than some earbuds while you're doing laundry and cleaning around the house and whatnot.
Hmm.
I've always got like my bone conducting headphones on a lot of times when I'm running around. And then this one's really cool because, Jeremy Haston actually had a story published in a magazine recently. So that's really cool. Just talking about, you know, basically like being around his brothers at home dad con and
Yep.
just that side of things. So
And he even corrected the typo. That's good.
oh
So he put it up
there's
originally. It was your instead of your. And I'm like, asterisk your. Like,
that's
really? That's
funny.
what you get out of all that? I'm like, no, I read it. It was good. It is a good article. It is a good article. Yeah. And
So
he
yeah, so
wrote
we
it for
got
his class.
so we got all that on there. Yeah, he's got tribute to the outgoing board members and the new board members and tips for infants of the month.
Hmm.
That's There you go.
Toddlers, teens.
Oh, he's got all age
Oh,
groups.
yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah. Joshua's really, he's doing the work.
He is. That's awesome. And then he's got a Dad's in the News, which is cool. Got the Hogan Hilling Award, little write up on that. And then you got some just advertisement stuff of the webinar that just took place recently. So definitely check that out. Got Home Dad Con tickets. Oh yeah, they got books to check out. I like the cover of the Poly Bias. I don't know what that's about, but anything with a stand-up arcade game, you got my attention. Ready Player One type style there.
Yeah, yeah.
I got some kids books. What we got here?
I love the adults when it's what to expect when parenting children with ADHD.
Oh
And
shoot.
I love that because if your children have ADHD, you probably have ADHD at least a little bit. So I love the idea of teach me how to deal with my kids, and I'm actually going to learn how to take care of my own stuff, aren't I? Yes, you
Nothing
probably
like
are.
nothing like looking in the mirror while learning about your children.
Right? Absolutely. Yeah. I
That's
did.
definitely a lot of that. I'm sorry, that's me type things.
I thought it was funny that and it's not in the newsletter, I think, but it was on, I believe, our LinkedIn about November starting soon and October's National Prostate Health Awareness Month, which truly listeners have it checked. Really, you need to have that checked. Cancer is awful, and prostate and testicular cancer are just, they hit too many men that should have just gotten checked. But
Right.
originally it said, shine a light on prostate health. And I'm like, I think we need to change the wording on that one. I
Go
appreciate it. I get it. But I just have a look of some guy some doctor, hopefully, with a flashlight going, huh, yeah, it's in there.
go
All right.
go spelunking for prostate cancer.
Yeah. Yeah. But I
Oh
want to
Lord.
point out too about the newsletter, and I'm glad you brought it up because I was thinking about kind of the same thing. The really cool thing about all of this for me personally is if you scroll all the way back to the top, and one of the very first things is it's produced by Joshua Burnson, marketing lead. And this is where we've been moving Joshua for a long time. I had to tell him to put his name on it because people need to know who's doing all this work.
Heck yeah.
You know, there are other people, there are writers and such, like the Hogan Hilling Award writers, a different person and stuff like that. But it's really important to understand that Joshua is doing the lion's share of this. And we're changing how we do marketing in some ways and just more of making like an umbrella that kind of covers a lot of different things. And Joshua taking the lead on that is just making me happy. He's doing all of our internal stuff with a newsletter. And thank you, Joshua, if we haven't said your name enough this time.
Yeah, right. No, I mean,
But
I know
check it out.
I know he's a busy guy. I think he's one of the ones that is definitely a stay-at-home dad for lifer type of deal, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, what better way to fill some space of how, you know, how do I contribute, you know, how am I contributing, you know, what's my worth than this, you know, building this newsletter? Because I mean, this is not something where it's like you put it all together last minute. Like this takes time.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he
He's
puts a
working
lot
on
of time into
December
this.
already.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
yeah.
exactly. Well, and that's so like you mentioned Movember, and that's coming up here real soon too. I mean, November's gonna be here before we know it.
Before we know it.
Right? It's crazy. Huh. And so, but it's so important because I mean, we had Bob Evans on the show a while back. He came to home and spoke as well. And this organization has been involved in Movember for many years. It's just been a really cool experience to be involved in raising money for Movember, and especially the different ways that you can do it now. Like there's so many different ways. Like it's not even so much about growing a mustache or, you know, shaving it off or whatever, all those different things that you can do. And you can just get, you know, you can basically pledge to try to put in as many miles, like riding a bike or running or walking or whatever it
Right.
is. And I
Or
think
just
that's a great challenge.
getting together with other
Yeah.
dads. And that's
Yeah.
something that so many people need. And so many times we talk about it that a lot of times, and we've said this before on the show, but a lot of times you have these problems that are just stuck and you don't know what to do with them, or they're, you know, they're too big, or you're trying and it's just it's more of an effort than you thought it would be, whatever it might be, and it's stressing you. And being able to go to another man and say, this is stressing me, this is going on, and just dump it all on them and have them go, God, that's awful, or boy, that sucks, you know,
Yeah.
or man, that's awful, whatever it might be. And to get that sudden recognition, and that takes that weight so much off of you, right? So much, and that need to just be around other dads. So for Movember, just get together, you
Yep.
know, and mention it. Say, look, we're gathering for Movember. You know, we're just going to have some, I don't know, what do we do here? Beer and Packers. But the understanding is that we're here because Movember is a big part of our lives, and we want to help make their message more widely known about cancer, prostate health, testicular health, mental health, and having that group counts as one of
Yeah.
those things, you know. And I love that because I think we both agreed we're never shaving our faces again.
No.
I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. Every hair I shave off, I'm worried will never come back.
I agree.
So,
Yes,
you know, you
I'm
just-
I'm at that point. I'm totally at that point. I'm at the point
Except
where
the ones in my ears, which keep coming back. And I'm like,
no
look,
kidding,
dude,
right?
electrolysis, something.
Gosh, I know.
Or the ones-
I need a lightsaber, like
Yeah, just like,
like
doesn't
yeah.
cut flesh, only cuts hair. I get the one. I always get one or two because I have had allergies my whole life, so my nose hairs are prominent. Let's say, okay, guys, sorry, this is gross, but it is what it is. But
Oh.
they get, and if they start tickling, if I
Oh
can
my
feel it,
gosh.
or like, I will just reach up and yank them out. You know, just
Amen.
yoink, you're not coming back.
This is why
ever,
we're
friend.
friends right here. This is why we're friends.
No,
right
we
here.
bond over nose hairs.
That's right. That made it a
Whatever
thing
it
where
takes.
I recently I cut my hair and I was just like, I'm not trimming my beard this time. Like I'll trim my mustache because I know my wife will and appreciate that. But I was like, the rest of it's staying long. Like I'm just growing it at this point. Like I
Let it
don't
go. Right.
I mean at some point she'll probably be like, hey, can you trim the beard back? But I mean it's winter. That thing's growing out.
You're gonna need it. Keep
I
it
need
warm.
I need neck cover.
That's right. That's why I have to wear scarves. Because I can't grow a
That
beard.
too, right?
Yeah. Like I need a scarf. I need at least one. So
Yep. So yeah, so there's definitely different ways to get involved with Movember, and I hope that everybody takes the time for that.
we have a team this
Yes.
year. We usually
we'll
have a team.
We
always have a
usually do,
team,
yeah.
so
But there's a
just be
link
aware it's
actually
there.
in the newsletter to get involved with that team too. So that's always a good time. I know in past years, like I've actually done like little side bet deals with different dads to see who can, do like the most miles quickest or whatever in the month, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just come up with like goofy little prizes and stuff. So, but that just things like that are fun to do, however you want to go about it.
Yeah.
There also is the survey. There's a link for the survey that the National At Home Dad Organization is doing that we talked about last week. And then two, like by this point, the previous episode will be out. Life has been crazy, Danny. I'm sure you know nothing about it. But basically,
I
like,
will never fault you if the podcast doesn't come out on the next Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't do
or
this
Friday.
because we both understand you're going to get it done faster. If
Yeah.
I was doing it, it would be 2 weeks and it would be, oh crap. Yeah, I got to do, and I would do it that morning or something. Yeah. So you're doing it and I approve. I applaud. Keep going. And I need
I
you
swear,
to
like
keep
every
going
week there's a
'cause-
curveball, man. Every time I'm like, I'm gonna get it done by this point, and then it's like all hell breaks loose, and you're like, gosh
Yeah.
dang it! Like
That's
here we
life.
go.
Well, and that's it too. Being a parent is about pivoting. It's
Yeah.
putting together a plan is a great idea, but it's just like the old adage about going into battle where no battle plan has ever lasted past first contact, because this is a great idea. We're going to do these things. And as soon as my kids get involved, oh, that's right. We can't do that. We need to do this. Like they have an allergy to
Yep.
this, or they forgot their shoe, or whatever it might be, or I have to pack extra diapers, whatever it might be. And that's just part of it. You got to be able to bounce, and getting things done regularly every week is more impressive, I think, in a position like an at-home parent than it would be if this was your job. Yeah, of course you get it done. That's what you do like this, but your
Right.
job is for you at the brewery and then also with the kids. Being
Right.
primary caregiver is huge. So
Yep.
you got to be ready for it to fall apart.
Well, and that whole pivoting thing, like, I mean, I feel like that's kind of where we are right now with the kids and talking to them about just understanding what that looks like.
Mhm.
And it's so difficult because it's like, they make choices for different things. Their frontal cortex is not fully developed yet, and so
Yeah.
that is another hurdle involved in it. And Corey and I were talking about it last night, just about, certain decisions being made by certain children, and then being told like, no, that's not available, and then complete meltdowns happen, and you're just like. You just want to scream at them, and you're holding in all of this like, I could just cuss you out right now if you were an adult type of deal. But you're my child and I can't do that. So I need to come
love
up with
you so.
Yeah, I love you so much. I'm gonna squeeze the love out of you right now. But I think that teaching that to kids, one, it's so vital, but two, at the same time, it is got to be one of the more frustrating things because you're just see them do things and you're like, oh, this is wonderful, and then one thing changes the entire trajectory of that journey, and
Yeah.
it's as if somebody just poured lava all over, that, and you're like, oh, it's a complete meltdown. Now what are we gonna do? And
Right.
and it's something as simple as like, I need more tape to tape down my leaves for my leaf project. Well, we have glue. You could use like glue. No, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
it's sticky. It's gonna work. No, it's not. It's not gonna work the same way. You're like, so then you have to run in and go get glue at 10 o'clock at night on your
Tape,
way
yeah.
home from work. Or tape. Yeah. So
Yeah.
ugh. But yeah, that was my thing last night when I was actually at a beer pouring event. I got a
I
text
can
message
tell.
from Corey.
I could tell.
It's
I
fresh.
could tell there was some personal experience in that. That's how it works.
Oh man, but yeah, just stuff like that is just trying to get kids to realize like it's not the end of the world. There are other things that will
Mhm.
work. So
One of the things that I've really found useful for my kids, and again, my youngest is 11, so it's a different thing when they're younger, but they all have a Gmail account and they've had it since almost at birth. I told people they could, email them stuff if they wanted to. The kids will pay attention to it someday, I'm sure. But they all get on the family calendar and they each have their own color. Like one is yellow and one is orange, one is red, whatever. And they go in and they're required to put or I should say they're asked to put their events on the calendar. Like the choir practice I mentioned earlier, that was on there because I put it on there, but I sat with her and said, look, we need to have this on the calendar, remember? She's like, oh, yeah, yeah. And those are things that need to be on the calendar so that we know where we're going. And they have reached a point where they at least understand why they need to do it. They do it about as commonly as honestly my wife does.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a good bar. That's a good thing. None of them do it enough. I'm saying that too, but it is, they're at a level of a competent adult, and having that ability and their own autonomy to go in and put those things in, I think is a really good starting point for them to get to where, oh, okay, this is how I schedule my day. This is the amount of time I'm going to need for this, and I can't do two things, and I can't double schedule. And also hopefully looking at what the family's doing, being able to look at it and go, oh yeah, I wanted to do this Tuesday night, but we've got this thing going on. So could we do it Wednesday, and scheduling it like that? Not that's a cure all for anything, but I'm just remarking that's been very, well, I shouldn't say very, but it's been successful, and it's been
Yeah.
helpful for us to really get them involved and give them their own responsibility. I'm not at the point yet where I'm telling my 11 and 12-year-olds, if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't happen.
Mm,
I'm not at that
yeah.
point. I am at that point with my wife.
Yep. There you go.
That's,
There it
look,
is.
honey, we're adults. And she does it all day long at work. A different calendar, I'm sure. I think she uses whatever calendar they use, something with Teams, I'm sure.
Probably Outlook.
I think it is Outlook. Yeah. She does
Yeah.
365, I think, at work. And that's fine.
Mhm.
But we have, well, right now, we technically have 5 people that we're scheduling. I mean, my son's in college, so, but when is he coming back? That needs to be on the schedule. He needs us to come pick him up on the way out of town and bring him, take him with us to where we're going and come back. Yeah, that needs to be on the schedule, right? So having that is much more important as your kids get older and get into more activities.
Yeah.
I mean, even at 11, I'm like, look, you're doing too much stuff. We need to, and now, and she wants to do another craft show, which I don't know if you remember me talking about the craft show.
Yeah.
with her
Yeah. I do remember
crocheting
that.
previously.
Yeah.
Yeah. She made $100, but
Nice.
she also didn't pay for any yarn because we bought all that for her, or any tools. And she didn't pay the fee for the space, which is actually $150. So cool. But yeah, your best day so far wouldn't have broke even. And I'm trying to get her to understand that, 'cause she wants to do another one. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but she loves crocheting, and we'll see. It may be the thing, you spend a lot of money on like sports gear and stuff. You don't get anything for it except they use it and usually have to give it back, whatever it might be, football pads or something like that. Okay. So I'm willing to invest $150 on you for your craft show. Maybe not, but maybe. I'm trying to convince myself. I got an oven to fix. I can't be
There you
doing
go.
craft shows. Come on.
Food before fabric.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
So-
getting all those things arranged was the point. Putting it all on the calendar and making sure we all know where everybody else is going. And honestly, it's been as difficult with the adults in the house as it has with the children.
I can agree with that. Yeah, it's definitely, I think we are definitely in the same kind of area. Like for me, it's not so much that the kids putting stuff on the calendar, it's more just them like telling me or giving me papers that they have in school that have dates on them
Yeah.
has been the biggest thing. And for Corey, it's definitely the different calendars and oh, it's on my calendar. Well, it's not showing up on mine. Like
Yeah,
you didn't,
right.
you did not invite me or add
Yeah.
me to that
You-
as well. So
you
I don't
put it
know.
on Corey, not family or whatever. Yeah, we do that so often. I'm like, I don't see anything on there. Marnie's like, oh crap. Let me go back. And she puts up a
Yep.
family and it shows up. I'm like, you cheater. So it was
Yep.
on there.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I
Exactly.
love you.
But you know what? At least, there is a sense of trying to make that happen. So that's
Yeah,
a good thing
yeah.
as well. So
We
yeah.
can make fun of it and make jokes about it because it's not that serious.
Yeah.
It's an irritating little thing, but really it's not that big a deal. If
Yeah.
it were difficult, we wouldn't be able to laugh at it. So I think it's fine.
Well, hey, one of the last things I was going to talk about, because I'm kind of looking to see if anybody's got any advice for me on this. We're getting ready to do a little family road trip here for fall break. And because Hezekiah's got to go back to the NIH for a checkup. Corey and him are heading out to do that. And Ruby and I are going to road trip together out there, which is going to be fun. And we are planning to go to Hershey, Pennsylvania afterwards to go check out the chocolate factory museum. And then we're gonna take them to Legoland. And I don't know if anybody else has been to Legoland New York before.
Nice.
So I'm kind of looking for some tips and tricks on Legoland New York. I do have one
Yeah.
tip. I do have one thing, which is, when you have if your kid is not signed up to get the free Lego magazine, like that, you need to get on that. Like,
Yeah.
you're doing a disservice to your child to not have them signed up for getting that. Like, seriously,
Maybe
an awesome
yourself.
magazine too. Yeah. But inside they have like a little flyer in there that basically for each paid adult, a kid gets in free to Legoland. And so like that's a huge savings.
Yeah.
And
Big
so
money.
I like when we decided to do that, I was like, where's the magazine? Like looking for the code and everything. So, but we're doing that. And I'm just kind of curious, like if anybody's got any little tidbits about going there, maybe something not to miss, that kind of stuff. And then we're driving from there afterwards up to Niagara Falls just to go see that for a little bit. And we're staying at Airbnbs along the way. And that's pretty much what we're doing. But yeah, if anybody's got any tips or tricks for that portion of the country, it's not an area that I'm super familiar with.
Yeah.
And definitely always looking for like unique places to eat at too in those areas. So, or if there's like a specific, like maybe like good chain, something that we can find easy, like I'm all for that. We love doing those kind of things. And every time we stay in a different state, if we actually stay there, we get a magnet that we put on our map. So it shows like all the
Nice.
different
Yeah,
things that we've stayed at. So we've got a whole magnet map on the wall in our dining room, which is a
Very
lot of fun.
cool. Yeah.
'Cause it's
I
fun.
do fridge magnets everywhere we go.
Yeah.
And it's for whatever reason, it's usually a bottle opener. And it's not because that we don't open bottles. We hardly, and it's usually a twist off if we do drink. So, but
Yeah.
just because the way they're shaped and the way they're just like pleasant to look at, and it's not like some big goofy, house or something like that, or like the Alamo. I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but this one's really cool. San Antonio, you got me. But I love the fact that you do that because it really helps tie it all together for the kids too.
Yeah.
So that when they look at a map, they can have that understanding. Oh yeah, I've been there. Oh, New York, I've been to New York. And that's something
It's-
you'll keep with you your whole life.
Yeah, it's a really neat one too, and you can just order the magnets on Amazon. There's like a
Mhm.
whole company. What also is cool is like the magnets. They have like little things like they'll have like the state bird and like other things that pertain
Nice.
to it.
Yeah,
It's the same magnets that my grandparents would always pick up when they would drive around the country camping, and
Awesome. Yeah.
but they didn't have like an actual like map outline. Like they were connecting it and making it like on their refrigerator, which was really cool to do. And we ended up actually going to a KOA, and they had like the magnet board with all the states. And so we were just like, let's do this. Like, how cool is
Yeah.
that? Like, and
Yeah.
bought all the different states that we went to. So we just have been doing that ever since. So yeah, it's pretty fun to do, honestly. Really easy souvenir as well for the trips. But yeah, man, I mean, other than that, I don't really have much else to talk about. I think that next week we'll get into Halloween. So
This is Halloween.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go.
so we'll get Halloween stuff put together. I'm sure everybody's excited
Should we
about
wear
that.
masks?
Should we wear
Should we wear
masks?
masks?
I always
I'm
wear a
always
mask.
wearing a mask.
Yeah. You got it. Yeah. Wow, we were both right there.
What do you think this is? You think this is really me? No. I'm seriously depressed. You don't want
Alrighty
this.
then.
Good one. Good one.
Oh gosh, sorry, that was an old one right there that just jumped in. Anyway, yeah, so we'll talk Halloween when we get back, but until then, you guys all have a great one, and yeah, hopefully enjoy some of this nice weather. So talk to you later.
Good night, everybody.
I'm a dad, that's what I do.